Well, hello there, and welcome to another version of the xTool Studio. Super excited today. We're gonna do some Mother's Day stuff. Well, I have the sweetest mother in the world, so yeah, I'm very excited about this. Let me see. I'm again a little bit high, right? There we go. So first, double check that everything is coming through. I don't know if anybody can hear me. Hello, hello, Greyborn. Nice of you to be there. So, yeah, Mother's Day, it is soon coming. And, well, everybody wants to be prepared, of course. Well, I have done some shopping for ideas. I actually had some people asking me, like, oh, do you have any nice ideas? So I've been kind of brainstorming on yeah, what can we do for Mother's Day? You know, what will be for other mothers nice? And I asked one person, and he said, yeah, maybe something with the kids, and you know, like a nice portrait, or. And then I was thinking, oh, that actually might be very nice, like maybe on like a tray or a cutting board, and then have like um, images from when you were young, like a baby, and then to childhood, and then going into adulthood, because well, along the way, usually when everything goes as it should, then you have a mother that is standing by you and guiding you along the way. And well, that is what we are celebrating Mother's Day for. And or for the people that sadly do not have their mom with them anymore, it's why they remember her in such a way. So I think all in all, it's a very important day, for me at least. Last year I made a song for my mom. She always thinks that I write sad songs. I might just. So specifically for her for Mother's Day, because that was my story with her. We talked about this, that she thinks I write so many sad songs. So specifically for that story, I wrote her a very happy song. So yeah, that is what I have been doing. Now for this year, I don't know yet, but I was actually thinking something with a pot, a flower pot. So I have never engraved on a flower pot yet. So as per usual, I do not prepare it up front. I am not going to test it because I think it's part of the fun. So you guys are not going to get a fully polished quick step how to do everything and then be on your merry way. No, you're going to have to suffer along with me. I think that is nice because I think that is half of the fun of being a creator and being able to come up with new stuff and just see if it works. And well, you get eventually smarter from it, right? So if you wonder what I'm doing, I'm trying to get this little sticker off because, of course, they put one on that is like really, really stuck. I don't want to give my mom a flower pot with a sticker. But well, when it was put in the store, they probably didn't think it would end up as a Mother Day gift. So anyhow, shall we move on? Oh, before I forget it, because otherwise I do it again at the end. Yeah, there, there you can see the chance to win a €100 voucher for the people that are filling this in during the live stream. So make sure that you be there and that you join in on that because, well, it's always nice to have a discount, right? And then here, in case that you want to have a demo for the machine, I have an xTool S1. It's a really great machine. It's a little bit it's bigger. It's not like those nice F2 F1s that are like having a smaller footprint, but for that you actually can also make larger things, which is great. I think I like the larger the better. Now for today, not so large, tiny flower pot. And I actually came up with some nice text that I would like to put on there. And let me fish that up. So I have a whole list, and you can't see that because I am not swapped, but I will do that right away in time today. Studio. I will bring you to the studio. Is the sound nice? Is it on? You will be contacted when you win. That is, as far as I understood it, you will be contacted when you win. You will know. Okay, now let's see. I had like a whole list of ones that I think are really pretty, but this one, it nearly made me cry. I found it so beautiful. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's through email, Greyborn. Thank you. If you want, I can ask questions about it, on how it works, so we get a more clear answer of it. Okay, let's go and create ourselves a file here. So we open up a project. That's all right. Then I will let you wait. On your own request. Can go any way with me. So I think this one, time changed my face, my voice, my name, but in your heart I stayed the same. I can tell this from a mother's perspective. It's true. My children who are who were once like this tiny little in my arms, they now place their head on top of my head and they pat me like, oh, you're such a cute tiny little mom. Lovely, lovely people, those two. But in my heart, they are still this. They can still sit on my lap. I would still scratch their back, and I would still be there forever, and they will always be my little children. So, therefore, this one was for me the one. It can be that, of course, for you, something else is going to be fitting. So I paste this in here. I pressed on T for text. Then I clicked on the in the field. Then it opened up a text box, and then I Control V that, so it was pasted in. And then I put it on engrave, so it actually shows visible, because when I have it on score, it will only show the outlines. So let's go a little bit where we can see it. And now we need to find something that is gonna be very pretty. Oh, I think that is actually already really pretty because it looks handwritten. But maybe we might need, because the pot is like a little bit, for you there's a lot of light on it like this, but when you go in the dark a little bit, you see that it is actually quite a dark color. So I think we need to have a little bit of a more bold version. Oh, how I wish that I could categorize my my ones. Can I do that? No, I would need to figure that out. Let's just look with our eyes. Animatic is always one that I really love. This This one might be nice. This one is too scribbly. What was the name? I need to not forget it. Architect's Daughter. Dum dum dum. If you guys see one that you really want to have, then just tell me. This is also kind of beautiful, but it's not really handwritten style. Oh, this one is actually kind of beautiful. But it's also not handwritten, but it is kind of bold, so that's nice. This is too scribbly. I don't think my mom can't see it all that well. So I think that's going to be difficult for her to see. Let's go with bubble gum. What do you guys think? I think this one is actually nice. It's a little bit playful. Oh, stop it. Don't touch it. So now let's just test this flower pot. No flower pot yet. Maybe we're the first. Is it then ceramic? How are we gonna? How should we call this? Whiskey stones. What are whiskey stones? I've never heard of that. You discover things along the way, huh? Terracotta? No. Pot? Also not really. Oh. Kind of want to find something that is fitting this. Maybe I need to investigate in this. Give me a pom pom pom. There we go. A terracotta flower pot engraving on my xTool S1. What settings should I aim for approximately? I don't want to go through all the hassle right now. It's not orange terracotta, but more gray brownish. There. Don't worry, he's used to me talking like that. Oh, clay. Can we? I didn't look for clay. Maybe clay? Sometimes you just need to find the right words, right? No. Also not clay. $65 by $80. I think we're gonna go for this. The only thing I'm worried about is that it is someone engraving terracotta. 13mm, 100%. Okay. we're gonna just figure it. And then the second question is, how am I gonna do it? Because this is not gonna hold in this. So I will show you. Let me swap to here. There you go. So this is my rotary attachment. So this is where I normally put glass in or whatever. So this would be nice, but it's not going to hold this, I'm pretty sure, because see, it is sloping this way. Oh, and it actually can't go further than that, so it would actually even have to be the second one. I don't think it's going to be wide enough to go all the way to the other side, though. No. Or maybe we can do it on the inside. Maybe we can be creative. What do you think? Haha. Okay, long live creativity. I'm just gonna put it on the inside and stretch it out. It's not going anywhere. See, we found something. Okay, we just do it from the inside. And it's good that this has like a straight edge here, so it is not gonna slide out in any way. Beautiful. Now we figured that out. Now the problem is still that it is tapered. So what is spinning on the one side is going to spin strong on the other side. So I think we're going to have to maybe do it in 2 passes because the slope is quite intense, right? I don't know if you can see it well, but you see that it's really a big difference between the one and the other. So let's just measure. Pom pom pom. Let me grab all my stuff. There we go. This one will work. Oh, let's not start from the back. That's not very convenient. Dun, dun, dun. So if I want to have the first text on this area, oh, don't slide off you. So that is going to be about 31. See, it goes down very fast, 31. And the second part is going to be around here. Trying to make it straight. 26, 31 and 26. I will definitely have forgotten about that in a few seconds. There. Just fix that. $31.26. There. Now I won't forget it because it's written down. So let's go and put this in. Distance we will have to do, and we're going to change this. I'm going to show you what I'm going to change. Here we have mode, and that says now process on base plate, but we're going to not be on the base plate because we're going to be on the rotary attachment, and we're going to use this one. So we're going to use the chuck. So we choose the chuck, and then we're going to say the diameter is, yeah, that's not 31. Fine, I will use this thing. Quick exactly going to measure this. I kind of don't want to have that metal thing against my pot because I'm scared that it scratches. So this is 95. And then on the smaller area, it is gonna be 82. Writing that down as well. Millimeter. Oops. Noted. So 95, and now we're gonna have to do the distance, but for that we first need to go to the machine. So let's just go to the machine. Hello, little machine. Oh, you guys can't see it. My camera is having an off day. Let me come back. I'll fix it. There. It's starting to get old. Having troubles now and then. My poor little camera. And now, yes, there we go. Always something has to go wrong, right? Okay, let's go. I'm gonna place it there. Okay, let's take out the previous projects. Been quite busy. Oh, we still have our infrared laser in, so we're gonna have to change that as well. I guess you guys know the drill by now for those who have been watching. So I'm just gonna do that. I'll still try to comment a little bit. So you, for those who haven't been watching, you can actually see what's happening. So there it is. This is the 2-watt infrared laser. And we're gonna turn off the machine. On the back there's a button and you will hear the iconic sound. So we're gonna grab the hextech screwdriver. Yes, I called that a hextech. It's now became a League of Legends screwdriver. And then we move it up and then we turn it backwards. So we take off the air assist and we squeeze in this little part. Just like you would have a LAN cable, you would have to squeeze it in so it releases. Then you can take it out carefully. We're gonna grab my other part, my other laser, the 20-watt diode laser. Here you can see it. And we're gonna put this back in. And we're gonna put the air assist back on. Oops, it's not very difficult. We're gonna make sure that this little part that's sticking out is gonna enter here where this part is widest, where it has to go in. And then we move it down. I hold it back with my finger below there, so it is lining up. And then we can just put the screws in, just make a little start. Oops. And there is the other screw, little start, and then we use the hexagon screwdriver. And we just put it back in. And then we take the needle that we took off, put it back in, and we're gonna line up these two. Yeah, you have like this little part that sticks out. You have to put it in the slide here and then move it around until you have it solid in. Sometimes I'm fiddling a bit with that. There we go. There's only one way it can kind of fit. So once it is stuck tight to the housing here, it is good. And you can just move it up. If it is down, you move it up, and that is that. There we go. Let's turn it on. Now it is going in the resting position where it starts. And first let us take away any dust and any residue that's still on the bottom from the previous days. It's not much, but it's important to keep this clean. It's always very important to keep those things in mind. Safety first. There. Nice and tidy. So now we're gonna place the rotary attachment in. And so. And I'm gonna try to show you guys where the connector is before I put it in. I still have a few pieces here that were hiding. Okay, let me see if I can get an angle. Do you guys mind being upside down? Let me feel where it is. There you are. Now you can see this is where the connector is, and that is where we're gonna have to put it in. It's a little bit hidden, but now you see that is where it goes in, and then we can go back. Now we're gonna, now we don't have to close it yet. Let's, oh, that is very close. It's almost too big, see that? But it's fine. So the first part is gonna be here. That is where we're gonna put the biggest part of the text. So when I go into the double view, let me see here. Dum, 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 dum. Okay, I need to move it a little bit so you guys keep the full view. Yep. There we go. So when you look at my screen, you can see it's asking again, confirm the switch from 2 watts to 20 watt. The laser wattage in the project file is detected to be incompatible with the connected device. Please change the wattage in the project file or replace the laser head. Then we say switch. And there we go. Now you see it shows in the top right, it shows xTool S1 20 watt, which is correct because that is what we're using. So we're gonna put the distance. So we're gonna do the auto measure here, and you will see it will drop the needle. It has, okay. Okay, the downside I see is it is so close to the start that we're gonna need to find a different solution for that. We put the needle back on. It gives a very nice loud beep, so you know that something is up. So we're gonna reverse it so it will not bump into that, because that is giving the problem. Let me also grab something to measure out. Where is it? Because I want, of course, this to be fully straight. There. So that, I use that to make sure that it is fully straight. Now we're gonna go back. It fits nicely over it, so there should not be a problem. But because it is measuring low, then it goes over it, and then it's still hanging low from here. So I haven't had that yet because I'm not so often using that. But we will find a way, and that is why we do this live, so you can see. Yeah, loud noise. So yeah, confirm. And we're just gonna try it again. Now this should go well. There, we fixed it. Now, there is one thing with this. Since we do it reversed, we're also gonna have to reverse our text, because it otherwise goes in the opposite direction. So, how I said 31 centimeters on the widest. I'm gonna have to see how this looks. I actually have an idea. I haven't tested that yet, ever. So maybe we can figure this out. I want to see if I can counter the distortion of the letters, maybe. But for that I need to make first an accurate calculation. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so this is 32 and a half, I would say. 32.4. So we're gonna use this. No, I'm gonna actually use a line. I'm gonna use it this way. And the length is oh no, it has to be 324 because it's millimeters. So this is the entire length of the full top side. And now we're gonna go measure the full bottom side. So first of all, the length is gonna be from there to there, 7.6. So the length is gonna be, I'm gonna make another line. This is the depth. And we're gonna now measure around for this. Now I might just be stupid, so we're gonna have to figure this out. I learn by doing. So feel free to laugh, but this is how I do it. So this is gonna be 21.8. 21.8. So we make another line this way. No, the other one. 21.8. So these two, if we line them up, align vertically, and then have to move it like so, then this one goes here. So I'll put this in the middle to make it easier. Is this now on it? There. And then this line should line up there. Well, now you can barely see it, and this one is slightly not straight. Oh, go on then. There. It's gonna have to be an approximate. There. So now these two line up, and I'm gonna make another one of these. No. From here to there. Yep. And from here come on to there. So this is my working field. I'm not going to engrave any of those lines, so that is not what is going to happen. So I turn them off. But I want to know how my working field is. So when I do this, and I have a slight idea, because I can now use that warp. I should actually be able to change that. Can I play around with these already now? Default, twist, rise, fisheye, inflate, squeeze. It's gonna be flower, maybe? Or maybe I first need to not do the turning around. Let's turn everything around first. Yep. So we're just first gonna make it straight, otherwise it's gonna be difficult. Shall I put music on? I will let you guys hear my song for my mom later on, if you want. Let me see. Yep, there we go. Oh, there's my playlists. So now put it on. There you go. Ooh, it's a bit louder on here, right? You hear it over my microphone. There. So, but now it really sounds like like an adventure. I'm doing an adventure. Okay, let's warp. Arc. No, I don't really want to arc so much. Warp value. I don't say warp value. There. This should kind of do it, right? If I do that. So how much is what we need to do? Is this what we need? Let me go back to 0. Try the other ones. Bulge. No, that's not gonna work. Flower maybe. It kind of does what we need to do, but not entirely. No, it needs to be the other way around, right? Shell. We're gonna go with shell. Because this one is otherwise gonna be squeezed in because it's smaller, right? So that one needs to be bigger. I have 6 pots. I can try 6 times. I don't want this so intense. It's not entirely what I thought I was gonna have. Because on the default I may not do anything. Can I? No. Maybe this will also work. No, that is gonna go up and down. No, that won't work. Maybe if I make 2 texts. X, go back. No. That's what I wanted. I wanted to Control C, Control V. So I have this duplicated. There. Possibly have to be shell. Doesn't look right. I need help of someone smart. But we can at least make this one a bit bigger. Remove this. Oh, now we should not forget one thing. Otherwise I'm still gonna make it wrong. Where is it situated? There. So that means this is where I want to have the first text. And the other one is gonna be there. So this one I'm not gonna put out yet. We have to invert it, reflect horizontally. This one. No, that is wrong. Oh. It has now to reflect vertically because I have already made it sideways. What have I broken? Yeah, I break everything. So reflect vertically. I thought I could cheese it instantly with the new warp, but I don't think I can because I can't really choose the angle of the warpage. Oh, I have to fiddle with that a bit more later. Okay, and now what was the settings that we wanted to do? 65 by 80. And that is what we're going to start with to try it. So we're going to go with 65 by 80. That's how we're going to test it. So I'm closing the lid. And I hope it's not going to break or shatter or any of that exciting stuff. We already had a falling needle. That's enough excitement for today. Okay, do you guys want to see it on the big screen? Okay, let's say process. And I'm gonna start it. 4 minutes and 16 seconds it says. So I'm gonna push the button here. I think it turns lighter instead of darker indeed. I think it's gonna be quite pretty to see. Shall we meanwhile put on the song from my mom? So you guys have something fun to listen to. So you know what else of nonsense I make, right? I make a lot of nonsense. I love doing everything. There it is. Best friend mom. Where can I put it in? Can I just yoink that? Is it loud enough? Yeah. as if I calculated that, right? I think that that was pretty cool. I was exactly in the right length because it's finished. Now you can see that it became quite quite light actually. So what I'm gonna do, I think I'm just gonna, I think it can actually have a little bit more. But for this one, I'm actually gonna just score it. I'm not gonna score it with a full whammy. And we're gonna give it 35 speed. I hope I'm not gonna shatter it. I think it should be fine. It's not glass. Yeah, I think this is nice. Can you see that? I'm not sure how well you can see that. Can I maybe zoom in a bit? You can see that it's like making that around. Hello and welcome. Nice of you to be here. So I think that this is quite good. It's almost ready. I'm not going to take it out. I'm just going to open the lid and show you guys how it looks. I think we should be able to also wipe off the soot a little bit afterwards, but I'm not going to do that right now because I don't want to move it. I'm not so afraid of the smell of this. Yeah, this is actually quite nice. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put the other sentence here, and that one is gonna be quite a bit smaller. So I'm putting it there. And I'm gonna do for this exactly the same. So this one is gonna turn off and this one we're gonna turn on. So we took, what did we have for 65 by 80? So we're gonna do this the same. Maybe we can go 75 by 80. I wanna see how that goes. Should be the same time, so 4.5 minutes or so. But we're gonna need to measure the distance, so you can't see that now because I was zoomed in too much. Oh, and I actually boinked it. There we go. So we have measured that, but also the diameter changed, right? So we have 82 now instead of 95, 82. The reason why you do that is because it knows how fast it needs to turn to get to this result. So we know that we should be in the safe zone because we made it an outline that we know where our actual pot is. So this should go well. If it doesn't, we learn. So let's just give it a try. So I'm with my nose on top of it because I'm very curious about this, on how well it goes. Because we gave it 10% power more. So I'm curious if then it will become whiter or actually darker. Since this is the first time that I actually engrave on terracotta clay pots like this. It looks like it gets darker. But not entirely. I'm actually happy that it stays put so nicely with the reversed idea that we came up with. How are you doing, Straw? Did you have a nice weekend? I think I actually have more fun things. Let me see. Yeah, this is something I also wanted to put on a pot. Let's minimize this. Well, you guys don't see that because you are zoomed in. I'm gonna prepare something quickly because I think that would be nice. So for the other one, I will do now the same. Yeah, I'm doing fine. Thank you. I've been kind of busy doing work all weekend, as per usual. No, but all fine. Thank you. Now, there we go. I will go to the other version of my screen so you guys can see everything that's happening. So this one we're gonna now also do score, and we're gonna give it 100% at a speed of 25. Yes, and this one can be off because I'm not going to do that yet. So let's say process 1.5 minutes. Now let's go. then we made our first flower pot. Let me move this around a tiny tad. So I will make one more flower pot because I think this one is something that I would really like to have for myself as well. It's more like of a little joke, a bit of a cute joking around. And that one is nearly finished. You can see it's doing the last letters. There we go. Now this one is going to be finished, so I'm going to swap it with the other pot. And then I can show you guys after I cleaned it up a bit. Yeah, I like this. So let's release this. I'll show you guys in a moment. Yeah, I think it can actually have quite a lot of heat. It becomes nicer. So that's what we're going to try on this one now. Put it around. Make sure that it is straight. There. Don't want to give too much pressure because I also don't want to break it. So this is going to be the start. Oh, and we're going to go a little bit lower actually. Just in the middle. I need to look. This is about the middle. So it needs to be at the highest point, of course. Now, what I made, I find it a kind of a cute text. I came up with that earlier because that's what my brain does. So the text says, "This little plant needs someone to raise it. And since you did such a great job with me, I thought you will be the right person for the job. I love you, Mom." So this is nice when you're gonna give her like a little plant for her Mother's Day. It's basically saying how much you enjoyed her care. Let's make it a bit bigger. And need to know where the edge is. I think I placed it practically on the same spot, but still feel like I'm not at the highest point, but okay. So this here. So this I do just for checking out that my system here is still okay. Do I have them all? Yeah. Okay. And we're gonna go to the lowest point now. Now that should line up approximately where we have measured everything. And that nearly does. But I'm still with this in there, so that is totally fine. So this is there. We can move this up a tiny bit. Don't want to have that all the too much scribbled. And now we're going to measure it like here, and hopefully that will not stretch or squeeze everything too much. So we're gonna put it like here. It's a little bit lower. That is where we're gonna do the distance. Now, I need to know the width of that part. That specific part. So let's say oh, that's too high already. Go on. It's 27.2. No. I'm silly. Sorry. I need to have the diameter, not the part around. So that is 83. Oh, well, it's practically the same. Let's keep it at 82. Beautiful. So this text, I'm gonna keep at score 100%. And we're gonna go at 15. I'm gonna stretch it because I kind of want to have it pretty deep. I could optionally also go for 2 times. Should I do that? Maybe. Let's go with 20 and then we'll make 2 passes. But I'm first gonna let it do 1 pass, so I know how it's getting. Oh, no design elements. I did not turn it on. Okay, now then. There we go. I have reversed it because I have my machine the other way around, because otherwise I boink off the needle. And we're gonna start it. There, now you can see it well. It actually becomes quite crisp. So the scoring does give a bit of a darker marking. Shall I show you meanwhile the result of the other one? Or let me grab something to wipe it off with. A dry cloth of some kind. So it's not as clear as I hoped it would be. There. See, it becomes actually quite light. You can read it, but it's let's see if I can. So it didn't get as dark as I hoped. And you can also notice that it makes like different engraving on different parts. It's because it's a nature product, of course, so it will react differently on different spots. But you can see here where I made the engraving a bit more intense, that it's actually better readable. And it really depends on the light. At this area it became actually really nice, and here it definitely will have to fiddle with that. But it's a good first run. It's for the first time on terracotta. I think it's very nice to have tested that. The other one I think is actually going a lot better. So scoring in thin letters is something that goes easier. Obviously. One more minute. Let's take a good look at it, how that goes onto that pot. Now I had something prepared. No, I'm just... Let me see. Gonna put something down. I need to have a little one. I got some strawberry plants. I mean, who doesn't like strawberries? Well, people that are allergic to it possibly do not like them. But otherwise, it's almost ready. And we can decide if that is deep enough or not. That is going to be the question. Shall I open the lid so we can take a good look? That is actually a lot prettier than I thought it would be. I'm not even sure if I need a second pass. Let me see if I can get you guys closer. You see that? So that actually turned a lot nicer than this one. So it definitely needs to have a high power for this terracotta. I think it might actually be enough. What do you guys think? Should we do a second pass? Or shall we leave it at this? Let's see if I can rub off any soot. That's actually pretty. It is, right? Shall I leave it at that? Shall I zoom out so you can see it a little bit? Because I was worried that it was gonna be too hard to see. But I actually think that this might be fine. gonna leave it at this one. I will try it with another one later on by myself for a second pass. Or are you guys really curious what happens if we do it a second time? I can always still make another one. Should we? Yeah, right? Then you guys can also see how that is. Okay, let's close the lid, otherwise it is gonna give me it's gonna get angry with me. And start. And back again. Now you guys can see why I have this this quick rolling chair. Very curious what it does. I'm gonna take a look up close because I can. Yeah, it does get a little bit deeper. Well, only slightly, but it does get a bit deeper. It doesn't make it more blurry, so that's good. Also, just to say, the good thing about using this crisp of a font is that it doesn't really matter all that much. You don't see a distortion so much. I wonder if that white will go off or that it will stay. Exciting, right? Yeah, now you can see my little joys in life. Trying out new stuff. It's so much fun. Oh, is it now actually going backwards? Smart. That reduces movement. Didn't even notice that the first time. Shall I already put the first plant in? Because I'm not going to change anything on the other one anyway. And it is going to be a housing for my strawberry plant. While that one is going, we can go there. Now you guys can see me with my black gloves. Okay. So I just want to have a tiny one. This one is really tiny. I'm gonna put this one on here because I'm definitely gonna put everything everywhere. Oh, you guys can't see it. Sorry. Yep. Hope this helps. I'm gonna try to get it out without hurting it. There we go. Tomorrow morning I will put some extra soil in it so it has a bit more ground to stand in. That's one. Do I still have a little bit in here? Come here, you. Leave no dirt behind. That is one. And the other one is also nearly ready, so we can also give that one a nice little plantsy. So which one shall we take for that one? The neighbor? Hello? The one in the corner. I want it to be a very pretty one because I might just end up giving this one to my mom because it became so nice. And I thought of her when making it. It's about the thought that counts. The task is about to be completed. That shows up in my screen. And it was correct. It did not lie to me. So let's go to the machine. What do you guys think? That came out pretty nice. I'm gonna take it to my other cam. There we go, carefully taking it out. I'm gonna roll back. I'm just gonna change the camera again. Oh, it's actually really pretty. There's barely any soot coming from this. And it kind of gives a little light effect with the white. Maybe that comes off when it has had water or anything. Now let's see if my cam is willing to let me focus here. I think this became really pretty. Oh, come on, focus already. That's really nice, right? If it focuses. And the most important sentence. There it is. I'm excited. I actually think that came out really pretty nice. I'm gonna put the one from the corner here. I'm gonna give this one that as his new home. You have been chosen, little plants. Carefully that we don't break any roots. Need to be gentle with the roots. So, take the leftovers out. And of course I still smudged it on my desk. Wouldn't be me if I didn't. No, I think I will just leave this as it is. I'm not really sure if there is a paint that will hold very well on terracotta. I could do it, but then I should maybe first paint it and then go over it. But I would need to check out which paint would be holding into the weather, if you know what I mean, because well, it's going to be standing outside. In my case, at least, of course, you can also have these pots with those little plates under it. Um, let me show you guys. Um, let's take off what we did the last time. When was that? On Wednesday, right? We did this. The Hug a Plumber Day. And we had, of course, our Girls in ICT Day. Also became really cool. I'm still very proud of that one. That came out so much better than I thought. Good memories this week. I think we did great. It was fun. And of course, the lichen. And for that, we now have, putting it in the middle. Let me angle it a bit for you guys. Well, for my first time on terracotta, I'm not super sad. I think it became really nice. Sadly doesn't want to focus so well. Go on, be nice and focus for me. Oh no. There. Maybe because the light is too much. Is the light too much or too little? I don't know. I think that this is as good as it gets for today. It can't all go well in one go. We already had success for today, so that is where we're gonna leave it at. Thank you so much. Yeah, for those that are interested, tomorrow I'm gonna be back again, and then we're gonna do another explore. So we're gonna figure out what is gonna be happening in the world, what celebrations there are, what events, what is big normal events, but also all the silly ones like Hug a Plumber Day and very unknown ones, but still very important or interesting, like Girls in ICT Day. There's a lot to celebrate and a lot of funny things to explore. So that's what we're gonna do tomorrow. And I hope you enjoyed this stream. And